everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Apologies for the delay. I just had to get myself set up a bit, and I am so glad to be here with you. I've got a fun card to share with you. Again, I have something. I've got a sketch in my hand and I'm going to work with it. So I love doing this. I love sharing with you my process. My name is Rachel Liv Smith. I'm from Stamping Flair and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Melbourne. Today I'm taking one of the sketches from the Stampin' Up mini catalog. Uh, you can find the mini catalog in my uh, on my website. Which is stampingflair.com. So there's a link to it. And this is the catalog. And you will find a range of sketches annihilated in the catalogs, the last few catalogs. And this current catalog has it on page 17. And the sketches are great for working. There's card sketches, there's even tags and some scrapbook page sketches, but you can adapt them for any project really. So if you like, the card sketches can be used as scrapbooks, I think, and vice versa, or the tags can be put on a card, and I think they're very versatile. And I wanted to share with you one of the card sketches and how I am going to adapt it today. I'm going to be using some of our new products, which is the Love Notes Designer Series paper. It is a beautiful set of papers geared, I would say, for Valentine's Day, love themed Valentine's Day, things like that, anniversaries. But while my project is not per se Valentine's, you can use it for others. I am uh, going to use it. You can use it for other projects because I think it's got some lovely colors in it. I'm also going to be sharing with you at the end of my video my cards which I created at the virtual card making retreat, which was held on Friday and Saturday last week. It was 2 full days of crafting. We created 15 cards and they were really beautiful cards, lots of techniques and tips which you can carry forward into other projects, and we learned so much. And I want to share my version. Some were the same, some were different, and how I change it up to suit my style and maybe to fix some mistakes I made, or not mistakes, to cover up some boo-boos and things like that. So I adapted it to what I loved as well. And you can do that, and that's the beauty of that kit. So I'm going to share with you my projects. I will share photos later on. I've just had a chance today to take some photos, being my day off, so I was able to just ease in and get some photos. Please chat with me if you are watching right now or watching the replay. Ask any questions you may have. If you are in Australia, you can shop these products in my online store. So right now we have our bonus days promotion. Increments of $90 is going to get you a $9 bonus day coupon for every $90 you spend. So the designer series paper is 21.75. I will show you that to you. I used it in a project last week as well. I really like it. I love the colors. It's not traditional your reds and things, and I'm not really into that, but I do like stuff like that. But I like combining it and mixing it up. So, and interestingly, that I did, the sketches are here as well on the same page. So if you hit 90, you get a bonus days coupon. That's promotion is until the 2nd of February. So not long to go. Today is the 28th of January. We're nearly near the end. And if you hit 125 in orders, you will also have the option. So this is, you will qualify to purchase the $9 product of the month. That is an option for you. You don't have to choose it. You can. I would. The products are nice and different. This month it's the stamp set. Last month we have a designer series paper. So lots of fun to be had, and I will share some other fun stuff that's coming up next month as we go along. So here it is, close up. Let me go through some of these papers. And what I like, it's got sentiments and things on this. So you can really cut them out. And love could be, anniversary for a child. You want to give I normally give Cassidy a Valentine's Day card. So uh, that's a beautiful piece. I love that. It's got the cloud cover dots. So pretty. I think it's cloud cover. Maybe it's pool party. Well, it doesn't say, so I'm going with it. Looks more cloud cover dots. It's really pretty paper. So that's another piece I'm thinking I could do something my style. You're amazing. Well, that's not really Valentine's, right? You can use it for anything. So many ways to use this. And check out that stripe. I mean, how good would that be, like for a scrapbook page? Um, these can be used as is, like this side gift tags, a bunch of gift tags. Love this sheet. That's the one we are looking at. You get a whole lot of the same sheet. I showed you a project with that, with the gingham. What else have we got? Let me flick through. So I'm trying not to duplicate. The That's like a highline heather. Great little piece. Um, then we have the other side. That's nice too. I know it's like hearts, and like if you're not into hearts, you might think, oh, it's busy, but it's muted. So I think you're getting that watercolor look, which is really nice. So you're not going to get it, it's not a heavy look, which I really love. Then you've got this piece, which you can use as is. You can use in sections as well. So I think there's options for that. That's the piece I showed earlier. We're going to be using that today. And I feel like I've forgotten pieces. So let's have a flick through because there's one with, oh yeah, this one. Your extra special. You can cut that out. We just click. That could be for friends. Something sweet for someone new. Put that on a box of chocolates. So lots and lots of good things there. So, all right, let's get to making. Let me know, how did you cope with yesterday? It's still a bit warm because if you're in Melbourne or areas of extreme heat, or in Australia at the moment, I don't know. It was severely hot yesterday. It was when I here we're at home. 42. It was at like about 5 o'clock, and quite warm. Not quite warm, very warm. You just stay indoors right at that point. You're not going, unless you are desperate. You're not going outside. Just gotta stay indoors with the air conditioning, um, and stay cool. Drink lots of water. So I've got a white card base. I'm using this piece of designer series paper for my base, and what I've done, and I don't do this often, I have cut out the center of this because it's not going to be seen, and this was because I really love this paper, and I don't do it very often by cutting out the insides because I really like to have the stability under. But this is going to go on top anyway, and I thought, oh, that's too pretty a paper. I want that piece. So I kept that. uh, uh, do you do that? Morning, Nicole. I mean, it's morning for you. It's afternoon. Yeah, I will say good morning, good night, whatever. Doesn't matter. So I've got this um, little piece. Now I'm gonna adapt this sketch to what I want. So this is, I'm going to follow this sketch. So I'm going to start by using this die, which is the Spotlight on Nature, one of these, to cut this out. You double make all your cards here, and I think it's okay like on the front because you're not writing. I don't tend to do it on the inside of my cards only because I feel that when you write in it, I would hate like to get like the bump where you've cut out, and then you're writing and you get that big bump. That's just my thing, but that's really individual. What you do individually, what you like is how you like to do it. Sometimes I'm just too rushed as well, but in this case, I kind of knew where I was going. So if you cut out the inside and then you don't cover it up, you go, oh, that was a waste. So now I've got my sentiment ready. Okay, and I'm making this. I think this will be for my daughter because I said I always give her a Valentine's card, and this is a really cute sentiment to give a child. Well, she's not a child, but to give your family, or it's not so Valentine-y, right? So see how that changes that look by just die cutting that. Makes it a bit different. I might even put it on that side, but we'll worry about that in a sec. Let's bring inside this designer series paper. The other thing I do love is this. So I'm keeping my sketch here so I kind of know what's happening. It's got a double panel there. So we could put that in the center. It's going to be fairly, I'll follow pretty much as is. You could put, instead of circles, you could put squares. Yeah, I'm using thick white. I always use, like when I use white cardstock, I'm always using thick basic white. It's rare if unless I've run out. Always use good quality cardstock. You want to. I'm going to cut this down a bit because then maybe I can use that for something. Then I don't really need the. I can cut that in half. It makes a difference to your project. Your project's not going to bend. It's going to look professional. Well, it's better than the store-bought ones. So you'll say more than professional. They say they're professional. I think it's gonna be better than professional. So this is gonna be under there. So that's there. I'm thinking. All right. So now I've got the Be My Valentine set here, which is kind of one of those obvious ones. You go, yeah, we have that. And I checked it before. I'm just double checking. It's still there. When what I love is you don't have to use the whole thing, but I like that and some of the little bits and pieces that you can use. I might still use the cute as a bugs as well. So I first want to stamp that, and yes, I am going to fussy cut that. because I wanted that if you have a die like that, you can use that. I wanted to use this. I thought it would be nice for something a little bit textured. You at work today, Nicole? Or day off? Or working later? I'm thinking this is going to be an early espresso, so to pick up that color. And then I'll fussy cut that. Then I also recall there's a, I'm not sure whether this would work. There was like a little border here. I'm not sure whether it would quite work the trick. Might be a little bit small, but it wouldn't matter. Let's go with some die cutting for that. I was trying not to bring another set, but I will do a border with another set, which is one of my favorites at the moment. But I'll cut this out. So this is just some hexagons. I thought hexagons, yeah, hexagons. I'm gonna cut that on the line. I think it might look better. If you like the video, please don't forget to like on YouTube and subscribe if you haven't. It just gives you a notification when I go live. It also helps me as a creator grow and makes me happy. I get excited, just things like that are encouraging. It's why I do what I do, why creators do what they do, to share. So Stampin' Up have brought out a new stamping positioner. Right now we can pre-order it as demonstrators. We are not sure of the release date to the public. We have not been advised that. However, beginning on the 3rd of February, you can purchase a starter kit and you can get it for free as a bonus in your starter kit. So a starter kit is $169 and you can choose $235 of product free. And from the 3rd of February to the 2nd of March, you will get the added bonus of the stamping, brand new stamping positioner, which is a new tool, free. So that's something you may like to add to your arsenal for your creating, and that is an option for you to get that with when before it releases to public, as well as not paying for it. It's mid 80 It's $86 value, and that's yours for free. Okay, so I'm just trying to position this, and I do like it like this, but I don't want to cover the flowers. I think it worked better this way. Tossing up whether to go up or down. Sometimes I might go one. What's on the other side of this? So you could always bring in something else. All right. And we don't have to have two. We can have a in between one. So getting with a sort of a element. Next time I bring in the heart that's here. Mm, I don't think I'm going to use the bugs. It might be just a little bit too much. We'll see. We shall see. Okay. So for my heart, I'm going to try Flirty Flamingo because I think that's the color palette here. Whether it might be too much, we might need a green, but that's all right. We'll try it and see. Getting a scrap piece of paper. Oh, yeah. I can always add a second heart. All right. I'm gonna stamp it where I can punch it out. Let's see where this punches. So the punch is gonna go in this way. Yeah. All right. So that's the Bee Builder punch. I don't mind that actually. It just didn't stamp fully, but that's not a bad effect. Wasn't what I wanted, but I'm happy with that. And it got a little hard as well. Kind of. I've got to balance it out. I might add more green if there's green. We can add some. Just messing about, guys. Okay. Yeah. The little green, little hearts. We can add a few in the garden green. I have been using more garden green lately. I do not use it normally. I am not against it, but I could even stamp a few little ones. Yeah, these tiny ones. Teeny tiny ones. The little ones and medium ones. And there's a nice little one there. So if you have a new set, I don't have like the latest Valentine set or anything like that. I am tempted, but I haven't purchased it. There's some nice ones. I do like that bundle that's there, the dies. Yes, I'm glad they have a new one too, Nicole. It's very handy, and you know, I remember the old Stampin' Up. Maybe I won't do that. Oh, it goes backward. Yeah, do you remember that one? That I still have that, and that is quite. That is such a what do you call a manual tool, but it is so handy. I think it's a clever manual tool. Can't go wrong. With nice. Oh, I do like them in green. So this is a good Valentine's. It's also good like for guys. I mean, not the flower thing, but So if you want something different, you could go with the blues and sort of go, okay, I don't want the regular color palette. That might be nice to do it in a different color palette, right? Let's not lose our little gadget here, our hexagons. Our gadget, or what of a better term. All right, we are getting there. All right. I do like that. It's coming together. Coming together. Now, for the for this, I was thinking instead of having two sections, I could use this and cut it out with crumb cake. I don't need the entire bit. It can be offset, so you don't have to have an exact border, which is, I'll cut it longer and then we can cut it down. So this makes a really nice border. So I'm gonna go this way, set it up on the corner because I don't need it all. Now, Stampin' Up are bringing out a new class with this bundle. I think I have got so much use out of this bundle, so I'm gonna be purchasing that class. We haven't got the details, we can't purchase it as yet, but I will be sharing that as soon as we get it. They will be using this suite, so the Lovely Blossom suite. So if you haven't got it, there are so many nice things in it. I think it is fully worth it. I've used those flowers. I've used this particular die so many times, and I made my got my money's worth, I should say, out of it. green, green chocolate. Well, yes. I'm not much for filling in chocolate either. A bit funny. The only ones I do like, I used to like. They had one with in lint. They had one that had a pistachio, and they don't have it. They have something similar, but it's not the same. It used to be a slab. That was my all-time favorite, and now they have something that is not the same. That was my fave. That was green inside, but it wasn't green chocolate. No, green chocolate would be a bit dubious. While I'm looking at this sketch now, a sketch doesn't have to be 100%, but I'm trying to kind of stay in the ballpark. If I'm, honestly, I lose my stuff, man. Do you lose your stuff like I do? I'm really bad at it. I lost the big heart. Now the big heart shouldn't be hard to, shouldn't get lost, right? Really, it's not. I can start another one. I think sometimes it. Is that it? No, it's just turned the other way around. It's tricking me. I'm gonna stick this piece down before I lose it. See, that's even nice. I should see whether I can use that on the side. This mode makes some nice quick and easy cuts. So, because I've cut out of the center, I'm probably just going to stick that straight down, but I'm not going to do it yet, only because I might add some stamping or something. This guy here, put it in here so I don't lose it. So we have, it's got a border, and then I might bring a piece of early espresso or something just to lift it. Might be nice. Then we have a thing here. I still may put, you can even put it the other way. Then go with that. They're tricking me by turning the other way, and I think they're white hearts. So that's kind of coming together. I think I need another one more of those hexagons to make it a bit wider. So I'll stamp another one. It'll look a bit more fuller. And yes, it's a little bit more fussy cutting, but I'm okay with that. Oops. I'm reading a comment about you made some Halloween treats and they were a shade of green. Oh dear. It's funny. With we always say food has to be has to look appetizing, and it's sometimes you take something because it looks appetizing or appealing, and then it's not might not be tasty. But if it looks appealing, it's important. It's important for it to taste good as well, but a lot of it has to do with your visual first. That's why you see, like in the ads, a lot of it is like highly shiny and bright and things, and makes it look so amazing. And then you go, well, that's not what I got when I went to the shop. Especially the fast food places, you go, that doesn't look anything like it. I don't know. I think that's coming together. All right, so what do you reckon? And I could. It needs something based on the base. Does it have another bit of greeny piece I could use? We could use green from another piece pack of paper. It doesn't have to be that. Or we could even, this would be pretty under. This blue is nice. Even that's quite subtle. I think it's just, I love that dots. I love the dots. It's so nice. What do you reckon? The dots maybe? I'm gonna look in. You know what I'm gonna look in? Let's see. We even have things like this in these ephemera and things. Sometimes they have unusual stuff. I do fluff around and look in stuff like that just to see. I did have a look before, but I wasn't really. I'm thinking a bit like that. All right. So, all right. While I'm here, I'm gonna use my double double to the point label punch and cut two bits at the bottom. Let's see how that looks. If it doesn't look good, we can just not use it. Right, just might be something, it might be too much. It's a bit too much, I think, too much stuff happening. So, which I can use it on another card and I will share it with you because I do like that label punch. I'm going to just cut a strip and that is good for me. So, too much shapes happening. sometimes simple with the dots and things are cute shapes. All right, so now what do we do? That up there or that below? That might be nice. And then that up there. And here, this is how, what is replacing my circle at the bottom, that shape they have at the bottom. This little cluster is going to be that option, right? All right. So what I'm going to do is now add some blending just in the back. I could add blending, or I could add even a bit of maybe some embossing. I do like a bit of texture, so I might just add another layer on that of white. So it's just a straight white layer, and I'm just measuring in between there. It's 7.5 by 11.4 centimeters, and I'm going to cut a piece of cardstock to measure that. So just the 7.5 by 11.4, and then we can just tuck that in, and then you get your nice border, which has been created by that nice die. I'm cutting it a bit longer because I've got a funny edge at the on the side. So I'll trim that off. So it's just 11.4. I always like to add some texture on a card, and I think that makes it just so much nicer. And I can, that's kind of there, but I can trim, cover that up. There's a little bit of a nick there, and we can always cover that up. So our card is coming together. We've got our sentiment, which I've already done. And I want something a little bit dainty. And I'm thinking, what embossing folder? Any suggestions? Have you got any ideas? If I have it, I can use it. Beautiful pattern might be pretty. I haven't got too many strappy things, but if not, dotted circles is quite a nice one. If you wanted something just not too heavy. Even Damask Designs, let's do that one. Because maybe that was too checky. You have lots of checks and things, isn't it? Okay, Damask Designs. This is from the Beautiful Gallery Suite. So I'm kind of like, oh no. I'm putting that there so that that gets covered up with my circle. Where my cut is. See, where is it now? See, I can't see it. So the likelihood of someone seeing that is minimal. If you refuse to give, I you refuse to give your daughter the recipe for her favorite chocolate cake. Well, now I know why, Nicole. Because you reckon she won't eat it once she knows what's in it. It's probably very moist with those ingredients, isn't it? Because if it's got zucchini, it's probably very moist. Just make sure this is straight. Avocado, I love avocado. That's interesting. I'll need that recipe. Avocado on icing. Well, before we came to Australia and had avocado as um, what as for lunches and things, we used to have it with condensed milk, which seems really ridiculous when people hear it. But That's how we used to eat avocado. It's like a dessert. So I've got that piece, which I think it just, oh, maybe should I? No, I'll just leave it as is. I was kind of thinking dimensionals, but I'm going to leave it. It just adds something there. I think makes it so much more textured, which is what I like. I don't. It's very rare I put a card without any embossing. So just a little bit here, and not a lot's going to be visible. The corner, maybe here. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter, please do so. I will have it in next week's tutorial because I've already got one ready to go, and that'll go today, which is another card I did. I'm using, this is the deep stamping blend, which is the SC100, because I wanted something close to early espresso, just for some splatter. It just gives a bit of depth there. I do like my blends in those neutral colors. All right, so let's try and put this together. So I'm going to glue this down. And I'm going to put that. You hardly see that, but it just adds a little bit of interest there in the corner. Dimensionals. I'm going to put 4. Just in that corner. Now, it was pretty centered in the original, but I'm not worrying about centering. It doesn't really matter. You can just switch this around to how you want. So these are going to be have to be on dimensionals because I have put that up right on dimensionals. So 1, 2, and I'm still not sure which one to go. Oh, that looks quite cute too, doesn't it? But I don't think it balances very well like that. I think this way. So just work out. Don't put ones there because that's already sitting on. Let me bring that in a bit, maybe. Because you don't want it higher than it is. Put one at the end, and then you can pull that off, and you can put a bit of glue in the middle, just at the top, so it sits there. Now I want that to sit flush on that, and we can cut some half dimensionals and place it at the bottom, perhaps on those circles. Yeah, smashed apple is like a newish thing, isn't it? That thing. And they charge so much for it. Okay, let's pull this off. And I will add a little bit of glue up the top, but I'm going to make a bit of, before I stick this down, let's do a little bit of, because I think some of this will have to sit like that, perhaps under, so um, that might go like that. So that's off, off the page like that. And then I might have one. You can split it so you're getting more of it visible, because you don't need it under, you can't see anything under anyway. So oops. I'll stick that up there and I'll put another one down here. I'm down to the edges of my mini dimensional. Like that. Then I'm going to kind of place this here. So it spreads it out a little bit, and then it gives me enough room to place the heart there. And you see more of that nice hexagon shape over there. And then I can tuck this in under there. So what I'll do is on top of that, I can stick this. I know this was under, but I'm going to put this over. So I just want to, so I'm feeling my way here. So one will be over and one will be under. And sometimes you have to do that with these things. This one there. And this one I'm just going to add a touch of glue. Don't put too much. You don't need a lot. And it also then gives you a little bit of room for adjusting. And Tombow does give you that, a little bit of wiggle room. And I'm trying to get as much visible as possible of that little hive shape. Right. Make the most use of my fussy cutting. And here, I'll cut that in half and putting that there. Again, I'm just feeling my way. I want that just to. So that's, I'm happy, like it's okay for me that, and that's working all right. Just glue that onto that. You can have, you could add a dimensional, but I think it's pretty heavy on dimensionals and I don't want it to be wobbly. I did take those mini hearts out and I could have done, you could, am I going to risk it, guys? Let me risk it. Let's risk it and see what I risk it for the biscuit. Let's see what happens. Oh goodness. I just had a thought. I don't know whether it's a good thought. Yes, it didn't quite work, but it's all right. I have my stamping right markers, which we don't carry anymore, but in this occasion, or a stamping blend would work. Do I have, oh no, even this, what we used before. It's just to cover that. I risked it because it's not covered. It's got dimensionals underneath, which is really silly of me, but I just had to do it. You do silly stuff like that. I think it's not like it in that corner. You just finish that corner off. And a bit like that. Um, maybe there. I sort of gonna get that triangle of hearts or that, or maybe a little pink heart. I think. Let's see. Pink might go nicely there in that corner. We can keep our little green one for something else. Let's see. Did you go? Don't do it, Rochelle. Don't do it. That's silly. I do silly stuff all the time. It's a piece of paper. Goodness, this paper. I'm trying to use the smallest piece of paper, but that's all right. Here we are. This is pretty small. And I managed to mark it up because I'm not using my piercing mat. That is why. Close that because before we have a disaster. Keep that, and where are you, my punch? Remind me, I have to show you my. Seriously, how can I lose a punch? It's so big. Did I put it away? Oh, yes, I did put it away. Goodness, I never do that. That's me clearing up. Silly. Maybe I'll this way. I've got to stamp it upside down. That's what I have to do. I haven't used this stamp in a while. This stamp set in a while. It's got some cute little images in it. You kind of forget you're always using new stuff, and it's good to revisit some of the older ones. And show them some love. That's good. Then I can use a little mini dimensional or just a strip like that would work. Oh, thanks, Nicole. I am sad too that the stamping right markers are gone. It, it's they were handy. I use them quite a bit. I mean, obviously I didn't buy them all the time because they lasted so long, and it's not something you order every month or so because they just lasted. But they were great for things like what I did today or and techniques and things like that. All right. And now let's do a ribbon or we got garden green. This ribbon is just quite cute actually. This is chevron ribbon. This is from the Hobby Haven suite. Which is an online exclusive. Quite dainty, so it's very, I think it is. Whereas normally I'd use linen thread, but I just thought, oh, you could try this, or we could bring in even, let's, we do have the other stripy red one too. The the one from the, well, let's see which one's better. The Reindeer Days one. We have that that as well still, which is baker's twine. So we have this. Let's see which one looks better. Nice to use something different. I'm always reaching out for my linen thread because that's my, I love it. And I somehow find that it goes with every, I just make it go with everything. Um, the chevron ribbon is cute, isn't it? I agree. All of that. These are choices. Well, I'll leave that there while I pick out some embellishments. We have options. Try and pick some pink. Pink, yeah. Or we could go, ooh, they're nice and sparkly. There's some new ones. Oh, these are my faves. I use them all the time. Let's see. You got choices again, lots of choices, or we can go the more muted route as well. So let's pick that. What do you think? What linen thread and chevron? Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. A bit of more of a rustic look. Uh, my linen thread is curly, really. I tell you what, it's a good something like that. And make those a bit small, I guess. Something like that. Take that out of the way. Put it on and see what it looks like, okay? It's only a glue, dimensional, so we can always take it off. It's not a big deal. And then we've got our linen thread. To make it do what you want it today. Maybe shorter a little bit, or is that all right? Red and white. I've gone with this now. Oh, I just see. It's not too bad either. I'll see. Maybe I'll just got to fiddle with that a bit. Make it do what I want it today. And red and white striped on the ribbon. That's another project to try for sure. I do like this chevron. It's nice. It's something just a touch. I think it's just a touch different. Now that we've selected that, I think we need to go with something not so heavy. So I'm going with maybe the crumb cake to balance it, because we've only got a little crumb cake. So maybe, and it's got a bit of a iridescent look to it. These are the Pearls of Beauty, which is part of the Brushed with Beauty suite. So it's a nice little set. You can manipulate this to an extent. And I'll be adding a little dimensional, I think, in between there, just to make it sit and sit, make it wait, just put a bit. All right, so that's a card, and I will just add this little, add the brown heart, and maybe early espresso. It's not brown. Now have I got 3 pairs of scissors here? Wait, let me clear up. So we can add a little bit of early espresso. So maybe then I can stick the green, which I had here, which is quite cute. You can add some designer series paper as well if you wanted to. And again, always depends on time. So let's do that. We do have some paper. We might as well. You can just finishes it off nicely. I've got plenty of paper. You get so many sheets of one. I think there's 8 of each. I could be wrong, but it's like you get multiples. So you might as well use it. So it goes right across there. And that's nice too. Then you don't have to stint. Just use it and enjoy it. Oh, thanks, Nicole. Oh, no, I appreciate your insight. It's always good to get like ideas, and then like I tried something, it's nice to get those input. Input is good. I like it. I get this glue dot which is stuck on my sheet, and it's getting. So then that might just that I know that's on the heart, but I can just lift that and put that under. And thanks for sticking around. I know if you're watching replays, you can just flip over and move it around, and I think that that little heart is cute. Adds a little bit. If you even got a little bit of crumb cake or something, you can add. But I think that's just nice as is. We've added a bit of an accent feature there. So that's the card. I can do the envelope in the similar manner. I'm going to share with you now my cards from the retreat. So as I said, the retreat is available. This is the virtual card making retreat, which I held, not which I held, which I attended with Stampin Up on Friday and Saturday. So it was from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and it was 2 complete days, and what it was non-stop. We did lots and lots and lots of projects, 15 projects, and what we did then I went to my friend Lucia. She invited me, and we crafted away the day. We did have a break ourselves, so we opted to not do one card, and we then caught up after the event with the cards we missed, and I kind of finished up. I took a little bit longer because I was just doing my own thing and changing things up and messing up and stuff like that. So if you want to do your own thing, then of course it's going to take that a little bit longer. You're from the school of wonder what would happen if. Yeah, that's right. You've got to try things. Yeah. So with with the retreat, my retreat cards, some are the same, some are different, some are okay. I added an ink spot here and I messed up, so I had to kind of cover it up, or I just wanted to add my Rochelle style to it, so I went and did my thing. So when you purchase the retreat kit, you get invited to a Facebook group, and then that's how it works. So then in that Facebook group, the event is, and so you get to participate in all. Oh, sorry, I had it really close. You get to attend the event. So the event is basically free. So you're paid for the content. So this I'll show you the cards one by one. We decorated all the insides. We decorated the envelopes and things as well. So this is the cards, and this is how I customized it, and everything was inside stamped and things like that. So I kind of colored the embellishments. You got a pack of the Moody Matte palette gloss dots in there as well in the kit. You got some kind of die cuts, and in the die cuts there were masks, and you could use that. And we got shown lots of techniques in the retreat, so lots and lots of fun. This is a nice technique we did. Um, Weaving. That's probably one of my favorites. I love the color palette on this. Yes, it's nice, and there we stamp the flowers on the inside. So this one was one I kind of messed up, and I messed up from the folding to the how which way I did it. So then I just, because this was meant to be here, and I kind of did it wrong, and it doesn't matter. It is your card. So again, it worked. I just added an extra die card, put my sentiment, and yeah, that's my card. This was my favorite from the get go. I loved it as soon as I saw it on the PDF, the tutorial they gave. I skipped all the sewing because sewing stresses me out. So I just there was they had quite a bit of just a few details with needlework, and I just took that element out of it. This actually had a flip flap element, which I didn't wasn't really my style. I just took that element out of it as well and used what was in those flip flaps as the shaker. I added it onto my card. So that's what I did there. I haven't decorated that one. Naughty. And oh, I'll tell you which one I missed. Oh, one I did. I'm missing one. There's one. thought I counted 15. There is another one somewhere. Oh no, there's more. Wait, there's more. See, okay, there's heaps more. See, all right, and see all this. So we did that. We did stamping on designer series paper. They did a lot of stamping on the inside on the left. I change that up a bit. Again, we use flip flaps. You can put photos in here. That was a nice little element there as well. I changed that up a bit as well. This one was actually a portrait card. Um, yeah, it was portrait. And what happened was when I stamped it, I stamped the inside horizontally. So then I had to change my whole layout to work this in. So this has a little buckle that opens up, and I add an extra one in there. So just so it doesn't look empty, and I colored my embellishments there. The, this one I changed a bit of the layout of the flowers there. Um, Added some bows, and I've just added a bit of extra embellishing. This is some weaving technique, which is great. Um, and I added extra layer of embossing because, as I said, I love my embossing. And I had some extra two-tone cardstock which we stamped on with a new stamp set that's coming, and also we have an exclusive stamp set in that, so you get that as well. So this one was a fun fold. It's like a gatefold, but it had this opening which you can um, wrap and then see that inside, which is really cute. So lots and lots of technique here, which I think is super fun, and you can still be part of it, get involved, and enjoy the retreat. So I hope you have enjoyed my little um, show and tell on that. I will share photos fairly soon. Uh, as soon as I edit them, I've taken them and share with you so you can get a closer look at them. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back with you later on this week, and you're welcome. It was a lot of fun. The retreat was a lot of fun. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I will see you back here soon. Bye bye.